Hello, hello everybody. It is time for the Ranked League, the stream that everybody seems to want more of. So we're going to probably play this one twice a week. We've got Wednesday here, and I'll probably play some Ranked again on Friday at about the same time. So we'll jump right into it. I actually managed to start my stream right at the correct time. We've got Nito, McRibber, Art, Anagram, Nab, Zen, and A-Town here. It's my first game of the day, so hopefully I don't need, you know, a long warm-up. Let's get started here. Hello to everybody joining here. What's up, Diego? Hearty Talks, L70, Tony. What's up, everybody? Ooh, okay, fun start here. Driver, or I should say, yeah, full driver, 9 miles an hour in the face on hole 12. Not too bad. The display table gets better and better. I've been working on it. I've been hard at work on it. I got a couple other things. You know, I started this kind of newer one last stream, and it worked well, but a couple people were saying it was a little too intrusive. So I've been working on, you know, how to make it an enjoyable watch and not have things in the way. So a little dashboard is nice.
Nice shot.
Let's try to hit a good shot up there. Ooh, that's going to be short, isn't it? Oh, it's going to barely clip the bunker. We'll have to chip. Man, that was inches away from being good. Not my best read on one of my first shots of the day, but that happens. We'll just have to send this up there. Probably to about there. Hit it with like a dot of power, and we'll try to save this eagle here. Otherwise, we may be in trouble at the start. Ooh, that's not going to make it, is it? I meant to hit that like 1.1 dots. I got like 1.0. And it just moves a little too far right. So we'll have to tap in a birdie on the first. Not my greatest start. Looks like we'll see eagles all around on that, you know, pretty straightforward one. It's not ideal to not be making eagle on hole 12 in, you know, local mode / ranked mode conditions. Oh, it looks like McRibber had the same exact situation as me. Barely clipping the bunker and bouncing out. What's up, Noel and Bop? Welcome in here. And Dima, hello everybody. We're going to be battling back here, and it looks like McRibber had the exact same miss as me pretty much too. So it's going to be a battle from behind here, but it's only the first hole. You know, if there is a hole to mess up, it's the first. We have 8 holes to try to get back into this thing. And we'll be 1 shot back. So eagles all around, no albatrosses. Yep, bunker clippers. Oh, McRibber is here. McRibber, who also clipped the bunker. Got any plans for Christmas? I'm going back home for a bit, so I'll be back in my hometown for a week or so, which will be fun. Haven't been there in a little bit. Ooh, tougher looking hole 1 here. We're looking for possible catch-up holes here. Holes that we can maybe eagle that aren't necessarily easy to eagle. I don't quite know if this is one of them. This one's just a tough eagle, but not too bad of a birdie. I think the difficulty is a little too high here to try to count on catching up with this one, but let's try it out. 4, 5, right about there. I mean, it's a bit of a guess, but I think that's okay. Let's send this one up there and see if we can... That's not a make. That's not going to move far enough. Okay. It's a tap-in birdie. Will we see any eagles? It's not an easy one. We'll see a whole bunch of real close misses, about as close as mine was. Just a little over-adjusted. We'll tap it up there. We'll get it to fall. Hello, Hawk and Neve. Welcome in, everybody. Can we expect any new vids soon on that platform? You know, I've been working on some stream stuff, so ooh, okay, that was a putt. Never mind. The answer is yes. I'll be back making those videos pretty soon. I just haven't been recording a lot of content recently, as I've been trying to upgrade the recording of the content. I actually messed it up. I managed to switch some settings in my local recording, and I had a pretty... Like, it was okay, but not the best quality video. I've been trying to really upgrade the quality of the streams and recordings, so... It's been a work in progress for the last week or so. But it's nearing its end point, and we should be back towards the more regular content with the new upgrades. How's the Switch 2 for golf? I don't know. I actually don't have it. I have the Switch 1. Glad to see you live. Is your PB still minus 27? It is. And that's my, like, local mode personal best. So, in this competitive mode, which is different and definitively harder, you know, it's a couple shots harder for 18s. Like, we're not playing 18s in this game mode, but if we were to play a competitive 18, it would be harder. My personal best in that mode is 25 under. When do I put spin and when do I let it roll out? It's really dependent on the exact shot that I'm hitting. Like here, I'm going to use spin because it's a receptive part of the green. It's a front pin, so I don't want to bounce it up. It's guarded by the bunker. So there's a lot of factors. Oftentimes, I'm not really thinking about them too hard just because I'm kind of used to the situations. But, you know, in this situation, I'm using spin because there's so much room behind it. And the spin tends to be a good, you know, at least leave it close option. What do we have here? Level 8 wind, so we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 dark squares over. Tone it back a bit, right about to there. It's a guess. Hopefully it's a good guess. We'll take that 5 iron, send it up there, and that looks pretty good. That looks quite... Oh, it just clips a little too far, or bounces a little too far left. That one really kicked left off that front part of the green. I thought that was on a really good-looking line. And that one just ends up bouncing about 10 degrees to the left. Maybe not quite that much, but that's what it felt like. What's up, Baltimore? Welcome in. Switch 2 is an Insta Rank 1 advantage boost if Santa got one for you. Is it really? I'm hoping to get one soon. Is it really that much of an upgrade? I've heard mixed reviews. Like, people are saying the Switch 1 is fine. If you're used to it, it's not that much of a difference. Other people are saying it's, like, game-changing. What's up, Caleb? Do I golf IRL? A little bit. Used to play a lot. Don't play so much anymore. Used to play competitively in, like, high school. Now I just play on the internet in a cartoon game. Hello, Portmores by 6. What is up with you? We're playing some ranked league action today. We're battling from behind here at the start. Let's see, 6 miles an hour pushing that way. We'll want to go to there, and then there, and then just like a touch more. Actually, that looks pretty good. Yeah, right about there should be it. Now, hopefully that sneaks around the pin and rolls back nicely. I'll club up. We'll hit it with like that much power. And that should be a good shot. Let's see where it ends up. Oh, it's going to be a little too far to the left. It's a good power. It'll trickle back. Oh, that's going to be a make. Wow, what a hole-in-one. Who made that one? That's a tough one. Nab, great hole-in-one. These right pins give me so much trouble. I very, very rarely make these ones. And it seems like a couple people have them down. I'm going to try to get there, but Nab with a great hole-in-one. It looked like that was the 5 iron. It had the 5 iron spin. I went for the lighter spin with the 3 iron. Almost worked. Baltimore says almost top 3 for now. Whoa! Nearly a dunk there for Anagram. That would have been wild. There was one exactly like that yesterday. I remember Lloyd, or was it? I think it was in my video that I recorded yesterday, had that nearly identical, like, dunk out. That was pretty wild. Watching from Austria. Come on, Aiden. Wow, that sounds like a good place to be. Vienna is lovely. I've only ever been once. Who's from Vienna? The control is so clean on 2, dang near foolproof. Oh, really? I do have some issues with that on the Switch 1. Putting, not so much. Powered on, like, longer iron shots, yes. Nab will take a nice 6 under through 4. Great start for Nab. We're now battling back from 2 shots with 5 holes to play. Are the wins on screen all time or just this season? This is for Season 10 only. So in the past couple of months. Let's see, I think we want to aim this one to there. We'll keep it with the standard aim and put it more out to the left in this fairway. The reason being I want to put this second shot more to the right. And now that tree gap allows me to put this in that kind of right rough, which is where I want to end up here. So we're not going for the bunker. Ooh, I leave it a little bit short. Hopefully that ends up not hurting the distance or anything like that. Actually, that should end up right in the same spot I was hoping for, so that's fine. Feel free to stay on till 3. I'll be on for a bit. I'll play a couple games here for sure. Okay, we've got 2-mile-an-hour winds pushing straight ahead. This is going to move a touch, like barely, to the right on the green. And with 2 miles an hour... Oh, don't want to do that. I hit my leg. With 2 miles an hour, that's the shot we want to hit, I think. Let's see. I think that's pretty good. Let's see if that bounces up there. It will. We'll make it. And that's a big one. That should hopefully catch us back up, unless we see a whole bunch of eagles. To at least a few people here. 136 wins this season only is crazy. I think my win rate is like 35-ish%. You know, I had one where I had like the number of matches up there, but it got too busy, so I just have the win rate, the win number on there, but it's not like I'm winning everything. How are you hitting these? Can you show your arm motion? I kind of default to saying I have a video. Ooh, nice chip there for anagram. Very nice. I have a video where I like back the camera up and show it. It's tough for me to do it on stream. I like to have this more concise, like just face cam, because I like just chatting on here instead of really getting into the you know, the mechanics of the game. It seems like a lot of people are more interested in just the fun of it than you know, the mechanics. But I do have a video on the mechanics where I backed up the camera and showed exactly what I do. There's a nice chip for art. Fantastic. I'm a handsome young man. Thank you, Dylan. Video on the longer form platform. I don't know if I can say them on here, but the longer form one that you mentioned. Because of you, this is my favorite game in Nintendo Sports. Golf is goated. I love the golf on here. Alright, we'll move up to a tie for 4th. We've got 3 players 1 shot ahead of me. Would I take 500 grand with no catch? Or 10 million if you can hit a hole-in-one on hole 3 and 3 tries random wind? Is this hole... Any hole-in-one, I'm taking... wait a minute, hang on, what are we looking at here? Interesting condition. In this game, I am taking that 500 grand every time. I'm not trusting myself to hit a hole-in-one with random wind. But hole 3, did you mean hole 2 or hole 4? Because hole 3 is a par 5. Alright, we got 100 yards in here. What do we have to do? I think we just have to aim this like a square or so to the, or a half square, I should say, in that direction. Let's bounce it up there. And hopefully that ends up looking pretty good. Let's see. That should roll back. Oh, it's not going to be a make, though. It just misses. That needs to be a square to the right and not a half square. Okay, we'll try to remember that for next time. Just a very, very near miss there. I imagine we'll see at least a bunch of close calls. This is a tough make, though. This is not the easiest pin, even with 0 wind, because the spin is so wonky on this green. As you saw, it doesn't bite. It just kind of rolls back down that hill a little bit. Don't let Ronald win. Ronald's a good player. I wouldn't be surprised if he won. McRibber. Hole 2. What about no wind? Depends on the pin. Back left and back right, absolutely not. Middle center, absolutely. And I think I give myself a good chance of middle left and the front pin. So 4 out of 6 times, I think I'd try for the hole-in-one. And hope to make it once if I have 3 tries. The very far back right pin, definitely not. The very far back left pin, definitely not. Any of the other ones, I think I give myself a chance. Okay, we've got 3 holes to try to catch back up to that group ahead of me here. We've got 5, 19, and 2. So Portmore's has been mentioning hole 2, like hole in 1, no wind. Can I do it for $10 million, or do I take the 500 grand? We actually have a look here at the end to see hole 2 and see what I can do on it. Putting all my finals faith on King Von studying isn't working anymore. Sometimes you just gotta wing it. How long are the seasons? They are 3 months. So every 3 months the standings reset and the playoffs for the previous season kind of commence.
Nice shot.
Alright, we'll put that up there to a good looking spot. I mean, this is a chance here. Hole 5, little bit of wind right to left. We can chip this one up there. Do I have a video explaining the green part? How to hit the ball well when it's on the green? Oh, like putting? At the end of that video that I mentioned earlier is like the putting section. Alright. Let's try our best to hit a good shot here up that hill. That looks pretty good. Get in the cup. Alright, we'll make it another pretty big eagle there. You know, all you got to do is make the eagles. If the people ahead of me can hold me off because I made a mistake on the first hole, then honestly, if they play well, they deserve the victory. But I'm just going to keep trying to make hole outs and see if that's enough to push back up to at least a tie for the lead. Art has a chance here at the chip. Anagram has a chance at the chip. I don't think we saw any other eagles, so we may at least move up to third. Art and Anagram can eagle this to kind of box me out of the lead. So if you get the hole-in-one next hole, you're getting 10 million gifted. I better. That'd be fun. Just one hole-in-one, I'm set for life. Art is going to... Oh my goodness, lip it all the way around. In the video I posted yesterday, Art had so many robs. Like 3 or 4 that lipped out like that or ended up right on the edge. They just don't seem to want to fall for Art. And it looks like Anagram just missed it as well. That's not an easy one. That was a pretty good eagle and a very, very needed one to see if we can push back up to the lead. You know, I was 2 shots back at one point, and it looks like, unless I missed an eagle from somebody, it looks like we'll push back up to the lead. Okay, so I'll be the only eagle, and that'll push me back up to that group, so I'll be at 9 under, tied for first after starting off in last. We're back in that group in first place. 2 holes to play. McRib and you and me now are still battling for 70. I am. Oh wait, are you talking to me or are you chatting amongst people there? I still don't have a 70 in the whatchamacallit mode. Global mode. Still trying to get that one. Okay, this is a real difficult one here. I don't exactly know what we're going to have to do, but I do know that we're going to have to put it down that way. That's going to be a little too far to the right to be a good shot. This is an evil pin, some evil wind. The trees are 100% in play here. We may actually have to hit like a fade up there. It's going to be weird. It doesn't feel right. Let's see if we can pull it off. Okay, there's the shot. It actually looks pretty good. It's probably going to launch. Oh, it doesn't. It ends up just bouncing to a stop. So the fade between the trees works, and we end up with a perfect uphill putt at this really difficult pin. What would I do with a $10,000 donation on YouTube? I'd probably pay rent for a while. TBH. You know, I'd improve the setup for sure. If someone wants to give me $10,000, I definitely try to make the streams as good as I can and the videos and such. But I'd be... Oh! I'd be paying some rent for sure. How does that not fall? That is such an uphill putt. And I zipped it up there and it just didn't want to see the bottom of the cup. Alright, we'll tap the par up there. We saw...
Nice par.
Was that an... If that was an eagle, that is maybe the best eagle of all time. I saw one chip in. Was it for a birdie? Me and Ronald are racing. I haven't told him, but I've been getting some daily close calls with 70. I don't play global enough to get it myself. It's going to take me a while, but that'd be, I mean, 70 is a fantastic score. It is exclusive company, so the fact that you're real close means that you're playing real well. Oh my goodness, McRibber hits the flag on the chip. That's genius. Rent first. Okay. We have 2 people tied for first. Is that a putt for Art, or was that is this a par putt? I think Anagram has a birdie putt. It's on its way, and he'll sink it. So Anagram, it looks like, will take the lead. Slash Mr. E. And I think Zen. Oh, Zen also made a birdie. So Zen chipped in for the birdie, I think. And we'll now have 4 players at 9 under par. Mr. E slash Anagram is at 10 unders with a nice birdie. That's a real tough one. I feel like I should have made it. I had a pretty straight uphill putt. It looked like it was going to go pretty straight. It ended up trending to the right, or to the left, weirdly. Oh, and here we go. Back right pin, 4-mile-an-hour winds. This is the setup. Someone was asking earlier if I'd take, you know, $10,000 or was it $500,000 or $10 million to make this? I wouldn't give myself 3 tries to make this. There's just no way. This is just a random one. I think the aim has to be to there. Oh, someone made it. A-Town made the hole-in-one. My goodness, what a shot. So it's doable. A-Town gets the 10 million, if that were on the table. Mine is going to take a good couple of bounces and just miss. Just maybe slightly overpowered. Slightly aimed too far to the right. Just a tough one. That is a real tough, real tough shot there. Great shot to A-Town to make that one. And because that's a real tough hole-in-one and not too tough of a birdie, I don't think that was much of a comeback opportunity. Unless Mr. E can close the door. There's his shot. Oh, it'll hit the fringe, but the fringe doesn't hurt you too much here. It'll just end up being a, you know, pretty standard putt from pretty much where I was. Just a little down to the right, downhill. Something that Mr. E will have no problem handling. So he'll sink the birdie, and that'll secure the win for Mr. E, unless I don't think A-Town was in the group tied with us. Now, who was that also hitting? Art actually still had a shot at the hole-in-one. So it looks like I'll be tied for second. And that'll be okay. I mean, with my current spot, it'll hurt my elo a bit, but, you know, it was a pretty good performance. So A-Town will join the group at 10 under. So we'll have 5 players tied for second at 10 under. Anagram slash Mr. E will take the victory at 11 under. Pretty good first game there. Not my greatest, but, you know, for a first game, not too bad. Good game to Mr. E, pulling out that one-shot victory with a very nice birdie on that extremely difficult hole 19. We'll end up... Let's see. My thing will update on here. It'll tell me what my results were. Once Mr. E inputs the ratings, and we can just chill for a second. Hole-in-one is crazy. On that pin, that's a tough one. Great hole-in-one to A-Town. Looks like Nab is out. Hello and goodbye to Nab. Thanks for popping in. And also, good game there. We'll have... Actually, I can take a look in the Discord on my phone and see who we're gaining, who we're losing. This CBTV, my current Pro League teammate slash captain, it looks like has joined the queue. DeChambeau, it looks like we'll be joining. Jeff R. Do we have a split going here, or do we have one lobby? We may have more than 8 players. The maximum lobby size is 8. I can actually input my results there. So Mr. E has uploaded the results, and I can now use the nice Elo bot to update them on my end, and we should see on my little left dashboard, that little thing update. I have a little session rank, and, you know, it'll display the last game as well. So not a win, that number won't go up. I may lose, if I lose more than 8 points, I think. Okay, so I drop 1 rank. So I'll lose 19 elo, and I'll move back to 5th. So Sedin 11 was 1 shot, or 8 points behind me. Because I dropped 19 points, I will move back to 5th place. So we're down 1 rank on the day, down 19 elo on the day. We'll see if we can get those numbers positive. Although it's going to be real tough to catch up to number 3. Inventago is a good amount ahead of me, or was a good amount ahead of me at number 3. There's a bit of a gap between 1 and 2 who are battling out, and then number 3, and then 3 to 4 also has a pretty big gap. I'll see you later, Baltimore. Thanks for hopping in here. I can actually show the full results, I believe, of the last game. So we'll have Mr. E gaining 41 elo points. It looks like my rank thing is in need of some, you know, fine-tuning. It doesn't display the rank on there yet. But 41 elo points for Mr. E, 46 for Nab. Very nice second place tied finish to Nab, A-Town, and Zen, who all gained some elo there. Artie and I will lose a couple points, tying for second, just because our starting elo was a bit higher. Nito and McRiver will each drop 23. And we'll move on to the next game here. It looks like we are getting ready to start, hopefully. There is some time between these ranked games as we sort out the lobbies. Oh, CBTV is having trouble joining, and DeChambeau. Okay, so CB is in, but we may have 9 players and only 1 lobby. Okay, we are indeed splitting. I think I may have to leave this lobby. We'll see. Oh, never mind. A-Town is dropping out. Whenever there's 9 players and somebody drops out, it is always much respect to them for preserving the 8-person lobby instead of splitting to 5 and 4. Almost 10k on TikTok. We're getting there. We're getting there. Thanks to everybody who's been following here. It's been more so streams than videos recently, but it seems like the streams have been entertaining and fun to watch, so glad to see it seems like they're doing pretty well. Hello from the Philippines. Hello, Danny. Is the Discord link for Tom in the description of your recent vid? For Tom. Are we talking about the Ranked League? Because I think it is. That should be the Discord link to the Ranked League. Okay, we're getting started on this next game here. Do you know how you can improve ranked matches? Is there a role you can ask for to get that? It's kind of like an admin light role. And I don't know if there's like a way to ask for it. Like if you play a lot and you've been in there for a while, and they're also in need of like different time zones and stuff, they hand it out. But I don't know if there's like a way to like request getting it. Alright, we'll move on to our game 2 here, see if we can get that elo and that rank back. Ooh, 11 miles an hour again. So we kind of have a retry here at this hole 12. Let's see if we can do better this time around and not leave it short in the bunker. You know, that ended up being the difference in that game. I battled back. You know, Mr. E made a nice putt that I missed on 19, but it really came down to that first hole, which was this one, and having to battle back after missing it. So we'll use the same-ish type of strategy, where I'll just hit it a little further this time. Right about to there this time around. Should carry everything. No problem. That'll move a good amount left and fly too far. So I kind of over-adjusted. Oh, don't hit the fringe. Why does that have to hit the fringe? It will end up almost off the back. Hole 12 is giving me trouble today. We hit that little 2-foot stretch. Maybe it's 3 feet wide, I'm not exactly sure, where it bounces all the way to the back of the green. So now we'll have a long putt from 40-something feet to try to save this eagle. So hole 12 has given me some trouble for no good reason. Left one a couple pixels into the bunker the first time around, clipped the fringe the second time around. That's not good. Okay. See if we can make it. Is that aimed too far? I don't think so. I think that's good. Move left. No. You're kidding. Another birdie on hole 12? There's no good reason to be birdieing, and I now have 2 of them. Now, granted, were they a little unlucky both times? Yes. Hitting the fringe, you know, pretty small chance of that happening. Clipping the edge of the bunker, 50-50 chance of that working out okay. We've just ended up on the bad end of some bounces a couple times on hole 12, and that's going to hurt. That hurt last game. That was the one stroke that caused the loss, and we're back there again on the first hole. This game really throws weird situations at you. Like, it seems like you never encounter, like, a seemingly normal round. There are always little quirks to every single game and every single session where it feels like weird things are happening. And they are. Hole 12 twice with headwind. And I end up birdieing both of them. On the bright side, to hit the fringe twice. I didn't hit the fringe the first time. I clipped the bunker the first time. Like, the last couple pixels of the bunker. And didn't get the big bounce off the fairway. Instead, it just kind of, you know, splashes to a stop. So we see 3 birdies there. I mean, that wasn't the easiest hole 12. Obviously, I didn't eagle it. But we see 5 people eagle, so 5 people handle it pretty well. And now we're battling back again. We're a shot back. These are good lobbies. It is tough to come from behind. We're going to have to hit some really good shots to make it happen. Let's see if we can do something about it. I have to aim this one to, I think, there. That looks about right. We'll club up to the spoon and hit it with, like, the middle of the second dot. That looks decent. Let's try it out. Okay, I think that's a pretty good shot. That should take a favorable bounce. Now, is that gonna make it? That looks really good. Okay, we'll make it. That's how you come back. Another another bad first hole followed by a comeback. That's not an easy ace. I'd be surprised if we saw, you know, more than like 2. If somebody else were to make it, that wouldn't be super unexpected, but that's a pretty difficult one. I got my second try on hole 2. I guess I get $10 million now. How much is this game? Just gotta switch for free. Ooh, this is, I think, standard like $40, but it goes on sale for like 25 often, I think. Not exactly sure. Oh, there's a great looking shot. Art again. Leaves it right on the edge. My goodness, Art cannot catch a break in these past couple of videos that I've been recording. Hello, Lloyd. I meant to say that with more enthusiasm. Hello, Lloyd. I was reading other chats, and my tone got lost. What game is this and what console? This is Nintendo Switch Sports Golf on the Nintendo Switch. What are good Switch games? This is the only one that I play, other than, like, Minecraft occasionally, so I don't play other games very frequently. It's on a holiday sale, I guess, or that's what McRibber says, who we played with last game. So if you want to get it, I guess now's the time. Oh, Nathan Barnes has a disaster spreadsheet. By far the most is hole 18, strong wind water balls. That's a disaster for sure. Hole 18, when you have to go to that right island, is so difficult. It took me so long to figure out how to do that right. And look at this. We have the exact same
Nice shot.
evil pin on hole 19 that we saw last time. We're seeing a lot of duplicates. I'm getting deja vu with this game. It's just slightly different. Where's my ace reward? I'm waiting for it. We'll have to see. I don't know if TikTok can have, what was that, 20 or $10 million be sent in all at once. I'll be waiting for it, though. Okay, we're just going to try to put that close-ish. That looks decent. That's going to trickle back down, as it always does on this pin. We're below the hole, 12 feet away. Let's hit this one with a bit more caution this time and see if we can make a tougher little birdie on this hole 19. Back pin. Probably have to hit it with like a dot and a half of power to get it up there. That looks pretty good. We'll make the birdie. Slightly easier that time around, not too bad. But still difficult. I mean, you know, you have to put it close. And you have to put it in the right line. That one was pretty good. I got $111 million. Can't wait to see it in the bank account. Buy a mansion and a gold Switch too. I'd gold plate a Switch too if I got that much money. Why not? Custom make it. Ooh, great putt to CBTV. That is a very difficult one. The game kind of breaks the putting on this pin. I think it's intentional. I think the putting on this pin is much, much more difficult than like the typical putting mechanics. Oh man, was that Ravello with a super close call? It was. Ravello / Miss Juicy. But this pin, if you can make side hill putts, means that you've figured it out. It is not easy. There's another one. Mr. E / Anagram with a fantastic side hill birdie there. So we saw 2 of those. Birdies are abundant this time around on this extremely difficult hole 19 pin. This game is hard, yes. It's very difficult to get the initial motion controls down, but once you do, it's very satisfying. So wow, on that really, really difficult back pin, we see, I think, 6 birdies? So very nice putts there. Like, a lot of people had more difficult putts than me. I ended up in a good spot with a pretty straight one. You know, I had to adjust it a good amount left still, but, you know, there were some real side hill putts that ended up falling there for some people, so fantastic reads there.
Nice shot.
Let's see this almost... we saw this almost exact hole 15 last time. It had 0 wind in that same exact pin. Now it's 2 miles an hour in that pin. So let's try to remember what we did last time. I left it slightly too far to the right. But we can hit like that same exact little, you know, 3-dot backspin. And maybe that'll go up there nicely this time. So that's going to land the square, the full square over that time. And just not quite have the power. Oh, that could have trickled back down if that was a little bit further. We were just maybe slightly further away that time. I mean, it's inches. But this pin requires that sort of precision. So it's a tap-in birdie, a near miss. Oh my goodness, CBTV. Wow. Can we get a zoom on? I wish you could like zoom in or have like some sort of free cam. Look at that, is absurd. That's got to be like 0.0001 feet. Wow. There's another good look at it. It is hanging over the edge of the cup. That is ridiculous. Meow says there's a back left pin strat I've been trying to master with the spoon right at 2 dots. Oh, okay. Yeah, CB is not happy about it. He sent a picture of the nice and close up of what it looks like. That could not be any closer. Whole bunch of close calls there. You know, if you land it further up that slope, it does zip back. I try to avoid that, just to avoid that, you know, 20 to 25 foot putt that you can end up with. I try to glide it up there, but it's a tough make, and we saw a whole bunch of good attempts end up super, super close, but not in the cup. When was the last time I played golf IRL? Like a month ago or so, and that was only the 3rd time I played this year. I've seen CB before. Is he the top golfer in Switch? He's up there. He is definitely top 10. He and I are on the same Pro League team. We are teammates there. So if you watch the weekend Pro League that I stream, CB, you'll see in my graphics, is on my team. Okay. HQ nerfed CB's Switch, turned gravity off. I guess so. That's the only explanation there. Alright, can we reach the green here? I'm not very confident that we can. But let's at least attempt to. That's a good looking line if that makes it. It's not going to make it. That's going to, yeah, glide and not make it up there. I don't think it was possible to reach that green. We'll see if anybody can pull it off though. I mean, you can always get a better bounce than that and try to get it, but... Okay. Just got to hit this one to like there. Probably roll it up with like that much power. Now that should fly to the right. Bounce back left. Roll down. And
Nice.
these close leaves are ridiculous. That's a couple of them.
Nice
Just
shot.
slightly underpowered, I guess. Ooh, somebody lip launched there slightly. Bunch of real close calls at it, but I don't think we've seen anybody make the chip yet. It's not an easy one. Yeah, there's a couple of near misses. I had that right on the line. It just didn't want to... I guess the wind was maybe slightly in the face. Not that that makes a huge difference when it's pretty purely crosswind, but I thought that power was pretty good. Oh, there's another real close call. So many close calls, but nobody, I don't think, was able to secure that tough birdie chip on this hole 17 that, I mean, a birdie feels like an eagle in that situation. Bray Bear 1v1 soon, that would be fun. We've played, you know, a couple times recently. Not like 1v1, but like in the same lobby, so. He tends to play later in the day. Maybe, I mean, I don't stream later in the day, but I'd play with him for sure. Okay, so we're still just in that 5-way tie at 5 under through 5 for first place. We got 4 holes to play. We'll see if we can break free from this group, or if the group breaks free from me. It can go either way. What do we have here on hole... Ooh, okay, interesting setup here, hole 18. I had a very, very similar situation yesterday, and I left it short in the rough, so I want to avoid that. We want to hit the full drive out there. We can't go 5-iron, unfortunately. So 5-iron is nice with this pin, but with any sort of headwind, it doesn't reach. Even though it's diagonal headwind and only 4 miles an hour, it doesn't make it up there. We are 186 yards out, which is just a couple yards too far. So we have to aim this to, I believe there, and then hit it with maybe like that much power. And that should bounce up there pretty nicely, I think. If it's a little too far, that's, you know, the preferable miss. That actually looks quite good, though. Oh, it's going to be slightly too far. I thought that would hit maybe the green upslope on the second bounce, which kicks it a little right, and that would be on a great line if that were to happen. But it ends up clipping the fairway, or maybe the fringe on that second bounce, and it just goes straight and too far. So now we have a little weird side hiller here to deal with. We'll just tap it down there, and hopefully that makes it. Oh, you're kidding me! What is with this? I can't put the ball in the cup. I mean, they're not like easy reads, but like, oh man, they just don't. They're perfectly on line. The power just doesn't want to be there. Oh my goodness. We'll see a bunch of eagles, and I'm going to have to hit another good shot to try to catch back up here. Oh, man. How does that not fall? That's like micro putt avoidance. The game usually gives you that one. Ugh. I don't know what I could have done differently there with that putt. That's just a putt that I've hit that same way over and over, and it tends to... It's a downhill putt, I guess, until the very end. And it's like super side hill, so I don't exactly know. Sometimes the game's a little weird. Like I said, the group broke away from me. I said it can go either way. That's what happened there. We're going to have to make another one, and we are running out of time. We got hole 3, 10, and 11, though, so, you know, some opportunities, maybe. Really depends what kind of condition we see. And that's a fine one. That's fine.
Nice shot.
We can do almost the same thing as last time. Just put it out towards the left here. I can feel your pain. The pain really sets in when it happens over and over. And I've had, within like 0.5 feet, like I think that's 3 or 4 times in this session now. And, you know, I've had a couple makes. I've had a couple good ones. But also just a couple of baffling bad bounces too. It hasn't gone my way. We'll see if it can turn around. It can always turn around. You never know. Alright, we're a little further back here this time around. I mean, we'll still have to aim it slightly to the left, like there. That looks pretty good. We'll have to hit it with about that much power. We're slightly further away this time. Now let's see. Hopefully that takes a good couple of bounces. Oh my goodness, I can't get the ball to the cup. That's number, I don't even know how many now. I just can't get it there. Why can't I get it there? It just stops an inch short every single time. I'm right on it. I'm right on it every single time. Ooh, there's a nice chip. Who made that one? Anagram with a nice eagle there. Kind of that glidey spin that makes it up there. Oh man, I've got to put this behind me and try to start making some shots. This is getting ridiculous. Just err on the side of a little more power. I mean, that's how you start tilting, is doing things differently. Like, I'm still going to hit the shots that I think I need to hit and hope that they eventually fall and hope that this has just been an anomalous stretch of you know, weird bounces and bad breaks and, you know, not going far enough, but Mr. E uses voodoo dolls. I haven't played with Mr. E in a while, and I haven't had this type of thing happen in a while, so it has to be the case. It has to be Mr. E. We're just gonna keep trying to hit the shots. We're just gonna... Oh, 2 eagles there. CB with a nice one. Anagram with a nice one. That'll push them to 9 under. So I'm now 2 shots back, 1 shot back of 3rd place. So I'm really battling for 3rd here with 2 holes left at this point. We'll see if we can catch back up. I mean, we've got 2 holes that are oftentimes doable on 10 and 11. Really depends on the pin we see on 11. If it's a pin that I like or a pin that other people seem to like and that I can never make. You never know on hole 11. This is a weird little pin spot on hole 10. Not a huge fan of this one. This is going to be a tough make for me. What do we have to do here? This one usually kicks a little bit extra to the left. So we'll aim it to... I want to say like there. Yeah, right about there. We'll hit it up there with about that much power and some roll up. Let's see. No, that's not even close. Oh, who just made that one? We are seeing, you know, I haven't been making the shots, but Miss Juicy / Ravello makes a nice eagle there. When I'm missing shots, other people can still make shots. We always have to keep in mind that, you know, we're playing with a group here, and even if I'm not winning, it means someone else is, and they're hitting good shots. So nice shot to Ravello there / Mrs. Juicy, and nice shots to Mr. E and CBTV on the last one. We'll see if we get any more eagles from the group here. Oh, did someone launch off the fringe? Oh, DeChambeau may have gotten fringe launched or pin launched or something like that. Weird situation for sure. You don't end up back there on your own accord. That has all the makings of a really bad bounce for DeChambeau. And that's on a weird part of the green too. That moves quite a bit. We'll see if he can sink the putt. Oh man, that's a real tough break there. What do I do for work outside of YouTube? I work at a bar, which is why I stream during the day. And not really on weekends. Alright, so Mrs. Juicy will move to 6 under. No movement ahead of me, and actually will be in solo, I think, 5th place now? My graphics were blocking the actual placement a little bit. I think that was 5th place. We've got 1 hole to play, and this is not one of my favorites. Although, this is one where I really want to try to get down the little spoon play. And this is maybe a prime opportunity to try to figure it out. So I have so much trouble with this spoon on this pin. And I want to figure it out. If there's a good opportunity to try it out in competitive play, this might be it right here. Now, I always launch this thing. This thing seems to always, like, end up just too far away. That'll be fine, though. That'll end up a little short, but I finally did it. I didn't launch the spoon on hole 11. It just ends up, I mean, not to think about it, you know, on the line and a little bit short. Like every single other shot in that game, but we did it. We kept the spoon on the green. Maybe that play is unlocked now. Is this Ranked League actually built into Switch Sports? It's run through a Discord server. So we play in private lobbies, and that's where the extent of Nintendo's servers and, you know, matchmaking and stuff ends. So it's all organized in a very well run server. But you do need Switch Online, yes. So in this matchmaking, you do have to play online, just not in the global mode. Yeah, so you can't queue it through the Switch. It's all run, like all the matchmaking is run in like channels on Discord. So I'm gonna lose, let's see, probably some more rank there. So if I drop another 8, I'm in trouble, and I think I will there. That's gonna be probably a drop back to 6th place. So CBTV and Anagram will be battling for first there. If we take a look at the rankings, CBTV is at 9th. So he's about, actually, 101 points behind me at the moment. So CB is going to start making a comeback. That may be about a 50-point swing there. If he ends up winning this, and with my 5th place position, I think that's going to be, you know, a gap cutter there for CBTV in that top 10. How's the World Cup going? We're playing the next game on Saturday evening, U.S. time. So that video will be out Sunday morning. I can actually, unless of course the scheduling doesn't end up working out, but I think it should. Everybody seemed to be, you know, pretty set on that time, Saturday evening. So we'll play that game. We're playing against the other US D team. So it's actually a rematch of the qualifier round that we played. The final round of qualifiers is our first round of the bracket here. What's up, Joe Cal Japan? Welcome in. I should just say Joe. I know you by Joe now. Will we see a make here? Mr. E has the second chance. That it looks like that'll end up a bit short. Maybe underpowered there, but you know, the closest to pin doesn't actually count. You have to hole it out. So you can play this one real aggressively, and it doesn't actually matter where you end up if you miss. That's the way we do it. You have to make it for that to count as a victory for the previous game. Otherwise, CBTV and Mr. E will now be playing a playoff in the next game to decide the first place of the previous game. So they'll be battling for number 1 and number 2 there. And now we'll move on to another game. So I'm going to play hopefully a couple more on stream today. I'll try to get these ranked streams to be a bit longer. And actually, looks like we have to change hosts here. Are we splitting, maybe? No, it looks like we just have... Oh, wait, were they playing closest to pin? I think they were. Oh, so Mr. E had to leave. So, if someone has to go, if they can't play the full next game, they call it the closest to pin. Like, that's what actually decides the game. So, that one actually did matter. So, CBTV will take the victory in the previous game. And, we'll move on to a brand new one here. It looks like the host had to disconnect... Who is going to... Oh, looks like DeChambeau is going to be hosting now. So I'll put in... Actually, do I want to switch scenes and change this one? What can I do about this? You know what? I'll move to the full camera. Transition it. And then we'll go back. Whoa. That is way too zoomed. You know what? I'm just going to trust that nobody's going to mess with it. We'll move back to that. I need to figure out a better way to put in streams. Fortunately, these streams aren't super populated now, but eventually people can start getting me in trouble with that. I am on all the apps, yes. All the streaming apps. Am I on the purple app? I am. I am on all of them. How's it going today? It's going, you know, decently. Oh, actually, I lost... Did I get jumped by CBTV in the rankings there? Let's take a look. We'll take a look at the ranks. Doesn't look like that's updated yet. That'll take a second. I'm still in 5th place there, but my main one dropped me back down to 7th place. So when this catches up, which it just did, I'll move down... Oh man, I lost a lot of elo there. So I'm at 3241. We started the day at like 3289, I think. CB is now... Actually, we can take a look at, I believe, the last... Oops. Yeah, we can take a look at the last match results here. So CB will stay in 9th place. I think that's where he started, it looks like. Mr. E will move up to 10th overall. So Mr. E is making the comeback. I'll drop down 2 ranks from 5th to 7th. Artie and Incognito will take a couple of good elo jumps there. Artie will move up to 21st. Incognito will jump 3 spots up to 35th. We'll see McRibber gain 21 points as well. So a lot of movement, a lot of elo movement there. We're going to try to get... you know, some good play here. I've played 2... I mean, I haven't been playing poor. The shots haven't been poor. I have had just a couple of bad bounces, a long missed putt on 12. You know, just shots that are slightly off that we can fix if we're a little bit more honed in. And also, like, maybe 50 or so shots that have ended up 0.5 to 0.1 feet short. We're going to stop doing that. Let's stop leaving them short. Let's see if we can stop getting the situations where I can leave them short. Anything above a 50% win rate is insane. It is. If we take a look at the ranks, like Rick and Duke, who are pushing 50%, and also Ken/Isaac, who is at the bottom there, is at 57%. Duncan at 46%. I mean, all those guys are hitting... you know, 8-person lobbies with a 50% win rate, which is, you know, it's not always 8-person lobbies. It's, you know, sometimes in the range of like 5 to 8. But still, a win rate with that number of players is pretty absurd. I mean, I think mine was pretty good at like 35% or so. And we have another hole 12 opening hole with headwind. That is 3 in a row. The chances of that are absurdly low. How many times are we going to see this exact same thing? And can I mean, it's not a bad hole to see, I just have been messing it up. Oh man, okay, what do we have to do here? Fuller spoon, probably like there, with where we ended up.
Nice shot.
It's just a little absurd to keep seeing the exact same conditions over and over. Don't hit the fringe again. Okay, clips the short fairway that time around. That'll give us a much better bounce. We've finally done it. First hole, hole 12 with headwind, 3 holes in a row, and we finally put ourselves in a good spot for the eagle. Alright. Let's make one. We made one. We made an eagle on hole 12. I'll see you later, McRibber. Thanks for joining here. Dropped to 7th. I did drop back down to 7th, so that's... I guess it is time for a comeback. You know, it's going to take 48 elo points to jump back to where I was at the start. I'll hopefully play another game or 2 after this. We'll see if we can maybe get there. Trying to produce my comeback, try to get to 3,000 elo. 3,000 is such a fun threshold. Actually, where is 16th now? Okay, 16th is at 3045, so 3,000 is real close to that key top 16 number. Going back to bed. Oh, good night, Joe, who is across the world. Ranked leaderboard is awesome. Thank you. I think this will be the display. It seems to be working pretty well. I think we'll keep this as the more unintrusive but still informative graphic. Nice eag. Thank you. Thank you, Noel. Ooh, okay. Tougher looking hole 8 here. Let's try this. A little over 3 dots. Aim to there. That actually looks quite good. Hang on, is that going to take... Ooh, no it's not. It's going to zip back down. That's going to end up on the fringe. Oh, what are these leaves that I'm giving myself? That's not an easy putt. Okay. We've had a couple of these. They're not fun. Just... I don't know, did that need more power? I guess it did. Was that an ace from Lloyd? My goodness, 31 mile an hour crosswind, diagonal headwind, and Lloyd makes the ace. That is ridiculous. What a shot there. I can't wait to see that clip. That is ridiculous. What a shot. Oh, that's going to be short. Oh, I leave that short so often. I cannot get these tougher situations to go right. That's 3 games in a row of just a mistake. Just a mishit shot. That wasn't, like, badly mishit. It was just slightly off, and I left myself in a bad spot. Ooh, there's a great-looking chip. Is that going to make it? Oh, that's so tough that it didn't roll down that hill. CB has a similar-looking putt to me. We'll see if he can put that one up and sink it. How do I watch lives at 2x speed? Ooh, nice putt, CBTV. Very nice. If I could live in 2x speed, I wouldn't want to. I'd be living half as fast? I don't think so. I guess you could rewind it. Can you rewind it? Ooh, so I'll drop 2 shots back. So Lloyd makes the ace and I make the par. And we're now once again battling back. 3 games in a row we'll end up behind. We're going to be battling back here. The live may be distracting me. I play live all the time, so... I don't know, I think I'm used to it now. And we're seeing hole 19 again. This has been the same exact couple of things over and over in these 3 games. And they're not my favorite. We just keep seeing these, you know, conditions that I don't want to see over and over and over again. It's a head scratcher. Like, how does this keep happening? The chances of this occurring over and over are so incredibly low. And I keep reminding myself that it's not like, you know... Past results or past outcomes are not indicative of future recurrences, but apparently they are. It just keeps happening. Evil hole 19, tough hole 8s, hole 12 opening hole, headwind. It just keeps happening over and over.
Nice shot.
Alright, we'll send that one up there pretty nicely. We'll end up... Don't be on the fringe. Oh, that looks like it's on the fringe. We're on the fringe. Okay. What do we do here? This may be pretty straight up the hill, actually. Let's see. Okay, that's fine. It was the fringe, but it was the perfect angle. So we got a bad break being on the fringe, but a great break being perfectly, you know... downhill of the pin. That's a tough one. This is a tough situation here. Hole 19 for the 3rd time. Hole 12 for the 3rd time. Hole 8 for... I think only the 2nd time, but I think that was the 2nd tough hole 8 that we saw. But these seeds have been just repeats of each other, and they're not fun. I'll neither confirm nor deny I've been binging your videos at 2x speed in the background while working. Ooh. I appreciate you watching them. Oh my goodness. We have seen... It's not just me. I should say it's not just me getting like these bad breaks and, you know, things being left 0.5 feet away. It's a good amount of people that just keep ending up with these tough situations and nearly making them. And, you know, even the easier situations, we've seen so many super, super close calls. Just all around, this has been a test of willpower in these couple of ranked games that we've played so far. Ooh, so with a birdie there, that was a pretty big birdie. So Jeff/Tammy will move up to 1st place. Lloyd will, with that hole-in-one on the last hole, will keep the tie for 1st. And I'm now just 1 shot back in 3rd. Don't listen to the haters and naysayers. What haters and naysayers? Those Robs are insane. It's been all around. Like, obviously, I notice mine immediately because they're happening to me, but it's been all around. Everybody's been having tough breaks in these couple of games. Okay, I think this is a prime setup for aiming right at this one and hitting it with a little bit of extra power, right about there. Yeah, that looks good. Let's try it out.
Nice shot.
Come on, be the shot. Make it up there. Oh, it's not going to make it. It's going to kick left. I can't put anything with the proper power. Everything is just slightly off.
Nice approach.
It's a tap-in birdie, though, on not a super easy one. We see a couple pin smacks. People going for spin, it looks like.
Nice birdie.
Ribs. McRibber did leave last game. Oh! Was that a make from DeChambeau? I think it may have been. Very nice eagle to DeChambeau. So I think that'll be a catch back up to third for DeChambeau if I'm keeping track right. So yes, DeChambeau will now catch back up to third with me and CBTV. Birdies all around for the rest of the group. Tammy and Lloyd will remain at 5 under. CB got a pin launch. Oh, man. Love the content, man. Super chill, and I'm learning a lot. This has probably been the least chill of the streams I've ever had with the things that have been happening. But I'm trying to keep it chill. I think I'm doing a pretty good job, considering the goings-on. Let's just keep playing. We'll use the spoon here with about that much power. We'll send this one up there. Okay, that looks like a good shot. That is going to take a good-looking bounce. Oh, it's going to kick too far right. It'll trickle back down left, but it's just a little over-adjusted.
Nice.
That's an ace. Very not. Very not. You know, I don't want to jinx it. I had to stop what I was saying because it kind of went in on the side, and it looked like it may lip out. It didn't. It ended up in the cup. But the thought immediately went to my mind that I jinxed somebody by preemptively saying, nice ace. But it falls. I actually missed who it fell for. I can take away my camera real quick and see. Oh, was that CB with an ace? I think it was. Oh my goodness, these putts are tough on this green. This is probably me at my tiltiest here. Although it's nice when I'm live because I have to keep it together. There is no other option. Not that I, you know, wouldn't anyway, but like it's an absolute must when you're live. It's a, you know, you have to remind yourself it's a cartoon game. We're playing for fun, even though there are official numbers and you know, good competition. It is indeed just a game we're playing for fun. Can never forget that. Okay. I think we'll now be in 4th. We'll be one shot back of a group ahead of me. Tied with, I believe, DeChambeau. Yeah, so CBTV will push up to the tie for the lead. We've got 4 holes to play here. I'll be one shot back. So we'll see if we can make a good one. Excuse me, I'll see if we can make a good one and try to gain some elo. It's been a lot of, in this session, you know, just struggles to try to battle back. Hasn't quite happened. 6 miles an hour here. Interesting wind. I don't know if we can fully go for the green and 2. Yeah, definitely not with where I'm going to end up here. That's going to kick left. We may want to go for the little out to the right strategy, though. I think we can go underneath that tree with a full driver, no problem. And if we kind of hug that rounder tree on the left side pretty closely, I'm pretty sure we can still put this over the water, no problem. And that'll be a good angle to try to chip this from. We want to be, you know, about pin high, and we have slope, some side slope to deal with on this chip to allow it to go by the pin and roll back. So we're closer here. 47 yards is a good chipping distance with the, oh, actually it's not. We have to go up to the 9-iron. And this is a little bit tougher than I was imagining it would be. But it's still fine. We can go for probably about that power. Right about there. Let's try it. Okay, that looks good. Hang on. Hang on. Oh, it doesn't roll back. just going to glide. So I needed to use the wedge to get the nice, roll back there. Didn't happen. Couldn't use the wedge. And now we'll have a little side hiller tap in. We'll send it up there and sink it for a birdie.
Nice birdie.
Not the most eagleable hole 9, but I gave it a good chance. You know, I could have maybe glided it up there better. Can't read NWN as anything except Neverwinter Nights. I've never heard of that, but that's... Is that like a known NWN? Hello, Rary XAPS. This is only golf. Yes, that's the only game mode I play on here. I have, I guess they call it a niche or a niche on here. Not intentionally. I just only play golf. NWN is for Next Week News, which is I guess my previous main channel. I guess they're kind of co-main channels on social media now. I treat them both with about the same, you know, effort and such. But that's what I'm more known for, so that's why I set this account as that name. Ooh, okay, so 3 holes to play. We now are in 3rd place, tied with 2 people, instead of in 4th place, behind 3 people. So CB, and I believe that was Jeff/Tammy are still ahead of me here. We've got hole 9 as one of our final 3. Always a difficult one. We'll aim it to there. And we'll just hit a full driver up there. That's going to be the play.
Nice.
Now hopefully that holds the green. It should move left a good amount. That looks pretty good. Oh, it launches. Oh, I just can't get anything to go my way. I can't get a good bounce. It launches every time I don't know, not every time. I should say, I had very little doubt that was going to launch with the way that things have been going. You know, not to be tilty about it, but just can't get anything to behave right. I thought I did the best I could there. I mean, I don't think I could hit a better shot. If you leave it shorter, like slightly shorter, it definitely launches. Because it's going to bounce lower. I just don't know. Is there a minimum requirement to join? There is not. Anybody can join and play here. Alright, can we make a chip? We can. We can finally make a chip. Okay. That's a big one. We'll make a very, very big one there from off the back of the green. You know, even if you launch, you still have a chance. You can lock back in for the next one. We get it to fall. One of those days happens to the best of us. You know, I try to avoid turning, you know, a bad stretch into it being one of those days. It just seems to be more prolonged than typical here. Ooh, okay, so Tammy/Jeff made a nice birdie there. So I'm now 1 shot back of 1 player. So we're slowly creeping back up on the leaderboard despite not being in the lead. So tied for 2nd, not bad at all. We've got 18 and 15 to play. We'll have some crosswind here onto 18. We just have to aim this to about there. And hit a full drive out to that left fairway. And that should leave us in a good spot. Once again, we just keep seeing the same exact things over and over. It's deja vu seeds. I think that's the front pin on 18. Or is it on top? Okay, it's on top of the green. So it's very similar. But we just keep on seeing the same exact looks. Nothing new in these seeds ever. Where do we have to hit this to for power? Probably like 3.3 or so on the safe side. Yeah, right about there looks pretty good. Let's try it out.
Nice shot.
I think that's pretty good for power. That should move to the right a decent amount. Now it's going to kick to the left off that part of the... I forgot that part of the green kicks left, but that's fine. Not an easy albatross there. You just want to leave that close enough to be a pretty automatic... Was that an eagle or an albatross? I couldn't tell. It rolled up there very nicely. It looked like it was an eagle putt. Okay. Always tough to tell when it's coming from off the screen. So we'll make the eagle. You know, not the easiest one there. You can get yourself in trouble if you know, miss the green to the side or short or something like that. I left myself in the rough on the first bounce a couple games ago, and that's always trouble. But we handle that one pretty well. We've been seeing the same conditions, and they haven't been, you know, major improvements, but at least I'm not getting myself in trouble like I was in the first couple games with some of these slightly tougher ones. How do I join? It's in Discord. So in all of my descriptions on all my platforms, I have a link, an invite link to the Discord. And you can jump into games right away, but I'd recommend, you know, getting a feel for how it works. There's many different leagues, many different things going on in there. It can be a little overwhelming at first, but pretty much everything has like a rules list and like instructions and announcements and stuff like that. So if you want to take a look at the Discord, there's a lot going on, and everyone is welcome. Okay, we've got one more hole to play here. We're still chasing Jeff, one shot back. We got hole 15, always a tougher eagle, and not a super difficult birdie. And we have maximum crosswind here to deal with.
Nice shot.
So we're probably going to have to make this to push towards first place. Otherwise, you know, given this condition, I'd accept myself a tie for second. This is just a difficult one to try to make up a shot on. But you never know. And once again, that same exact pin for the third game in a row. We cannot get any new conditions ever. I mean, it's different wind, but just like 2 out of 3 of the aspects, the hole and the pin are just seemingly always the same in all these pins. It's so strange. I think we just have to hit this with like that much power and try to glide it up there. That looks decent. It's going to move a good amount that way. Now, is it going to... No, it's not. It's just going to end up missing. Tougher one. We left it close. You know, as I said, it's a difficult eagle, but not a super difficult birdie. And for that reason, it's tough to make up the shot. So we'll tap the birdie up there. Hopefully that falls nicely. It will. Jeff has made the birdie, slash Tammy. So that'll be a victory, unless someone else can hole it out and cause the tie. It won't be me. I've already missed my shot. But it looks like Jeff is on a good pace to win this one. Is anybody still in the fairway? I don't think so. Looks like just 2 more players to putt. And that'll be the game. So I'll take a tie for second. Not a bad spot to be. We should gain a little bit of elo back. We're playing against some good players here. And we'll see if we can get those numbers back to positive, maybe by the end of this stream. You know, elo goes up, elo goes down. You have good days and bad days. It hasn't been a great day here, but it's been okay. You know, the play has been fine. The misses haven't been egregious. They've just been like inches from being great, but they weren't because they were inches away, and they, you know, just weird situations a lot of the time. But a tie for second is nothing to complain about in these high-level lobbies. 10 under, a pretty good score for that seed. That is pretty much a repeat for the third time. Good game to Jeff for winning that one. Good game to CBTV and Lloyd and everybody else there. We'll be in a 3-way tie for second. And we'll move on to another one. We've only been on here for like an hour and, you know, 15 or so. Maybe I'll play 1 or 2 more. Bray Bear with an E is back again. Prime Tiger never had bad days. I wasn't alive. I wasn't alive to watch it live. Is that how we remember it, or is that how it was? It's probably how it was. I mean, if anybody was like that, it was Prime Tiger. So we'll take a look at the elo changes and everything there once Jeff, who had a nice victory there, inputs that. Bray Bear the GOAT. That's Bray Bear 2 right there. That is Bray Bear with an E. New camera. I have a new light. It's the same camera, but there's a nice light that's helping with some of the shadows I've been dealing with. Even though the same conditions persist, you're definitely showing great improvements on each challenge. That's a big part of this game, is remembering, you know, mistakes. You know, you can think about mistakes as frustrations and, you know, bad things that you want to put out of mind, or you can remember them in a neutral way and just compare a future similar situation to what happened in the past, and you can improve upon it that way. Can't believe Bryson also plays Switch Golf. I can't believe it either, that we have the real Bryson DeChambeau in the lobby. One of these days we're going to get in the same game. That'll be fun. Thanks for always being here, Noel. We will play sometime. What's up, Jacob? Alright, looks like results are being inputted here. Was Jeff... You know, I actually have another little thing that I haven't been using. I can pull it up. Who do we have in the lobby here? Art has left. Let me try to get this lobby lined up nicely so we have... Looks like Jeff left too. You know what? I'll just put the results in once they're up. I have a thing that I can manually show who's in the lobby, but we're not going to use that right now. This isn't like my... This is a league that I'm playing in, so it's not my league. I don't really have discretion over who joins. It's set matchmaking. And sometimes I play... It looks exactly the same when I'm hosting and we're just playing for fun on here. But today's stream, we're doing the ranked league, which is a bit more official. Or as I call him, Jay Shambo. Jay Shambo. I guess I could start calling him Jay Shambo. I don't know if he'd like that. Maybe he would. I gotta go, Aiden, because I need to take a shower. Enjoy the shower, Dima. Thanks for being here. Ooh, we got Zohan joining. Zohan and Sadine. I just saw Sadine is here as well. So we've got a lot of the top players joining here. Let me actually record the game from last time. And I'll show you the lobby that we're dealing with here, who we're playing against. I mean, you can see the names, but I'll put up the ranks and everything. So we'll record the result of the last game. We'll see what the ELO implications are. I'll finish tied for second with Lloyd and CBTV, which I think should be a minor ELO gain. We'll see when it pops up what it actually was. No wins yet on this stream, or I shouldn't say yet, not guaranteed. We only have like 2 more games to play, if any, or 1 or 2 more games. We'll wait for the bot to do its thing and for my graphic to catch up. What's it going to be? We're at 32-41 and 7th place. We will... Ooh, lose 5 ELO. Huh. A tie for second is a 5 ELO loss. You know, Jeff's a good player. I actually didn't think Jeff was as, you know, ELO specific rated as he was in this game. So Jeff hasn't played a ton this season and his ELO is a bit lower because of that. So actually losing to Jeff was a bit of a hit there. I'll actually pull up the actual full results here now that they should be updated. So Jeff will gain 68 ELO points and be at 2865. He'll move up to 29th place, a 3-rank jump. I thought I'd gain something there. You know, I finished well in a difficult lobby, but in terms of the ELO math, if you're playing good players that have kind of a deflated ELO, it can hurt sometimes. CB and I will take a small hit there for that reason. So we'll actually end up dropping a little bit back. We'll be down above 50 ELO on the day now. So not my greatest day, but you know, ELO is just math. It's just expected win rate against actual win rate against, you know, everybody in the lobby. And if you have a couple of tough breaks, it's gonna give you a hit. But that'll return to the mean in the long run. It is a private server, yes, that we're playing in here. Have I played any of the other sports? Pretty much never. Like, only for fun with friends every once in a while. Never competitively. Golf is I think, the best game in this thing by far. And kind of the only game that I truly enjoy. Now, maybe I haven't given the others like a fair chance, but I just play the golf on here.
Let's go.
We do have 2 CBTVs. I believe the other one is Lena, who has a collection of kind of uncanny replicas of other players' Miis. I believe it's Lena, unless someone is now... yeah, that's Lena for sure. So the CBTV uncanny version is Lena. We got Zohan here. We got Tricky joining, Sadine joining, DeChambeau and Lloyd are back from last game. And we'll have a different hole to deal with here. You know, it's not the best, but it's different. Finally, a bit of a change. Let's see. This one I may want to put just like a slight draw on. Just like a tiny, tiny bit to push this slightly out to the left against the wind. That looks pretty good. That should be about ideal. So instead of letting the wind push it right, I kind of fought the wind and tried to hit a pretty straight shot between that tree on the left at the start and this tree that's now to my right. So that was a pretty good guess at it. It worked pretty well. Let's aim this one to about there. And we'll hit it with a little over 3.5 dots of power, I think. Let's see.
Nice
I
shot.
think that's a pretty darn good shot. We'll see where it ends up. It'll just make it over the tree, barely. That may have actually clipped it. And we'll roll back down into that little bowl of the green nicely. So, ooh, who just made that? That looked like a chip maybe from the bunker, or from off to the side. Zohan, one of the great players in this game, made a nice chip there for an eagle. That was his second shot. My goodness, that one, you know, rolled up there super lightly, almost like a chip. But it was just a perfect power on that eagle chip. And Zohan will take an immediate lead on a very, very tough opening hole. Fantastic shot to Zohan. Golf is definitely, yes, golf is probably the main player count for this game. Love Lena's representation of the Spocko cows. So that's that's a play on one of the Pro League teams that Lena is, I think, the captain of. I don't know if the team actually has a captain, but Lena is definitely the ringleader, if anything. What's up again, Hawk? Welcome in. Everybody's making these tougher chips. Very nice. This is a pretty difficult one, you know. Birdies, it looks like almost all around, and one eagle is not typical for this setup on hole 20. This is a very difficult setup, but we are dealing with a lot of the best players in the game. Okay, so it was 3 birdies. I'll be one of them, and a beautiful eagle for Zohan. I'll actually need to send that in the chat. Very, very nice eagle. I'd like to take a look at that once it's actually sent. Hole 8 again. Hole 8 again, headwind again. Just the same exact things over and over. This is, I don't know how many times we've seen this, but quite a few. Let's aim this to like there and hit it with like that much power. And hopefully that ends up being pretty okay. I think that's... Oh, no, 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 no. End up okay. Okay, we'll be safe. Not in the water. That's where you end up when you just clip the rock. That was so close to being really good. Inches. But this has been a day of inches and inches in the wrong direction. So now we'll have a tougher little chip here to try to make this one. It's a little uphill. We'll keep that in mind. Wind's going to push it a good amount left. Slope is very left as well. Let's see. That doesn't look great. We'll see. Oh, you're kidding. It just rolls back that strongly from that short. This has been a baffling day. This has been a day where the things just don't seem to be going anything like it seems like they should. I put a lot of extra power on that, and it still didn't make it up there. You know, usually the miss that I have is long on that tee shot.
Nice par.
Okay, so we'll be behind again. Not too far, though, because we saw a lot of pars on the first hole, so... It's been a difficult day. There have not been nice seeds. I'll have the only par there, so I'll drop back to that group in a tie for 4th place. We'll be 2 shots back of Zohan. It's just been difficult today. And I've been slightly off on so many shots. Inches off. I have yet to get like a good break on one of those that I've cut close. Have I played Sensei today? I haven't played him today. He really only plays on like the weekends and like occasionally. So I don't play Sensei super frequently.
Nice shot.
But I hope I will soon. That's a pretty good shot there out to that fairway. What pin are we dealing with here? Okay, it's that one. I think we just need to aim this out to about there. Roughly. We'll hit it with like a fuller powered shot. Let's see.
Nice shot.
That looks pretty good. Let's see what kind of bounce that takes. That looks quite good. Oh, it'll zip back and just miss, though. Someone will have the exact same line as me.
Nice approach.
That was almost identical. But just a near miss. Okay, we'll tap in the eagle. Not a bad eagle. Pretty, you know, strong wind there that we handled quite well. How we doing? What's up, John? Welcome in here. This is, as CBTV saying in the other chat here, the final week of the Pro League, the Shotgun Pro League coming up. So, it's quite a battle this season. A lot of teams are pretty bunched up towards the top, more so than in the past. So it's anybody's game heading into the last week. We're currently in 6th place. I can actually give you a bit of a preview here, or can I? Actually, I don't think I have it updated yet, so I won't pull it up. But this weekend, I believe on Friday or Sunday is when I'll be playing the final week of the Pro League. And the final week of the current setup of the Pro League. It's evolving after this. This is the final week of the current team setup. We'll see Eagles all around on that tougher hole 14. Still 2 shots back of Zohan, who's off to a very nice start. After an eagle on a very difficult hole 20 and a nice birdie on a headwind hole 8. And now we have 0 wind on hole 13 with that front left pin. This has been the day of situations that I don't really like. And this is one of them. Just another one. One of many that we've seen today. We'll have to aim this to like there. Hit it with about that much power. It's a little bit of a guess, but let's see. That looks pretty good if it makes it around the pin. It will. Now it'll zip back, and it looks like it'll sink. Okay, we'll make the ace. Not my favorite setup there on that pin, but I finally got that one right. I feel like I've missed that one almost every time. But we make it there. That's a nice shot. I keep, you know, every single game, I keep getting a bad miss and then making up for it almost immediately with a nice shot. So for the 4th time now that's happened, I think, in a row. I don't know. That's just what today's been. Ooh, that's a really tough miss there. That is a ridiculous lip out for Lloyd. Wow. How do you join the Shotgun League? There is signups actually active, I believe. So you can sign up for at least like playing in it, and you can actually play at any time. Like anybody can join as a solo player at any time. But you do typically need to play at least like a solo season or 2 and finish towards the top of the solo players to join the team part of it. But it is fun. Like it's the same exact, you know, play if you're playing solo versus playing on a team. Everybody kind of plays together. But that's how it is. If you look in the Discord server at that section, it's all kind of laid out there. Oh, do I have the left front tee spot? This sometimes gives you a weird distance at this pin. This one is automatic, I think, for like 7 out of 8 tee spots, and I may have gotten the one. I may have gotten the one where it's not. We'll see. We'll hit the shot, and we'll see if it works. Like, there's no adjustment that you have to make. Sometimes it just doesn't fall. Let's see. That's the shot. Now, is it going to fall? Okay, we got it. We got it. Whew. I was so nervous there because I have gotten a weird bounce and a weird distance on that one before. On that one, that's pretty automatic. I mean, we're going to see almost everybody, if not everybody. Oh, man, Zohan ended up just a little short. So almost everybody makes that for the eagle with that front pin and no wind. What's up, Yonzi? Welcome in. Oh, my goodness. What a tough break for Lloyd there. Wow. This has been the day of so many near misses for everybody. Like I said before, I've had my share of them, but it's been across the board. Just, you know, near miss after near miss on a lot of these holes. Okay, where will we end up here on the leaderboard now? We'll be tied for first with 4 others. So there'll be a 5-way tie for first after hole 5. So I dropped back 2 shots for like the 3rd time out of 4 games. And now we're back in the lead. We have yet to pick up a victory. We've yet to pick up any positive elo on any game. But we're putting ourselves in the spot. We just need to try to get some good situations. And here's hole 3. Is that the same exact pin again? Okay, it's different this time. The same exact setup seemed to just keep on happening, regardless of how many times I keep saying that it can't continue. It's just slightly different here on hole 3. Slightly different pin. Alright. We can just put this one out to the left in that little bunker over there. That'll be a good spot to leave it. Now we just have to try to make a chip. That should put us nicely in the bunker. About 29 yards out is going to be my guess. 28. Okay, that's a good distance. We can hit a standard little shot here. Can we make it? Gotta aim it to there. Gotta hit it with about that much power. Let's see. I don't like that alignment. Let's fix that. Okay, that's perfect. That should take a nice bounce. Roll back, and I'll sink it. Okay, the shots are falling. I think that's 3 in a row now. 3 hole outs in a row. Got a good run going here. I really like that pin because that's been the pin that I played all the time when I used to do my challenge series of like trying to get a whole bunch of eagles in one round. We'll see a bunch of other makes there. This is a pretty doable one. It's not the easiest, especially if, you know, you haven't played it over and over, but it's fairly doable. I think we'll still be in a tie for first here with a couple other players, but we're doing well. We're doing everything we can. So we'll now be in a 3-way tie. So 5 eagles out of the group there. And I'll be at 9 under through 6 with Sedin and Zohan. So, I mean, this has been, I think, the highest rated lobby we've played yet. Ratings and skill level are kind of independent of each other. I mean, the lobbies that we played in the past were also very skilled. But, like, for example, last game, Jeff is a fantastic player, and he has been for a very long time. But his elo was a bit lower, and we took an elo hit losing to him. That happens, so this lobby, you know, if you win, we should pick up, or if whoever wins will pick up a good amount of elo here. Told you making a comeback to Golf Supreme. I don't know if I'm going to hit Supreme. I'd have to gain another 250 elo in the next, like, 2 weeks, which is a big ask. I don't know if that's possible for me. Where do we want to aim this? I think we got to land this, like, there. And then the aim has to be to, like, there and then there? Question mark? Gotta hit it with enough power. Okay, we'll lock that in. We'll try our best to hit a good shot here. Oh, pump faked it. Oh, Sedin has made it. So I now have to make this to hold on to... Oh, that's going to miss to the right. Oh, that was way over adjusted. It'll be a fine birdie putt, but that's a square and a half too far adjusted. Wow, okay. Way off. So Sedin will now take the lead. A fantastic hole-in-one there on this front right pin. And Sedin will now be at 11 under through 7. So this has finally been a pretty good-looking scoring seed. What's my peak elo? I think I was at it when I started here at 3289, if that math works out. So my session rating is in the small text below it, if you can see it. So I'm down 53 points on the session. I haven't been playing, like, poorly. I've had a couple bad outcomes, a couple bad results, and therefore a couple spots further down on the leaderboard. But I've been playing pretty okay for the most part. Other players have been making some good shots, like Sedin being at 11 under through 7 on this seed is pretty darn good. Like, I hit 3 hole-outs in a row, and yet I will lose the lead because Sedin has pretty much done the same and then some. Hole 12 again. 4th time we're seeing hole 12. Although it's not the first hole this time around. We'll have 9-mile-an-hour tailwind.
Nice shot.
Okay, I'll end up losing a pixel, but that's okay. I sometimes do that intentionally. Just to avoid going all the way to the end unnecessarily. And you know what? This time around, I think I'm going to use the 3-iron. So we'll aim it to... We'll start it there. 2, 3, 4... We'll call it roughly there. It's a bit of a guess, but it's an educated guess. We'll hit it with about that much power. And see if we can get lucky with zipping this back. That's going to be on... Ooh, a real good looking line. Hang on. That has a chance when that zips back. Move to the right just a little bit. We'll make the albatross. Oh, that was perfect. That is the type of shot you need to make in order to catch up in these lobbies. We'll now hit a 3 under after being at 10 under through 7. So that'll be 13 under through 8. And that's 3 out of 4 makes I've made now. Sedin had a real close call with that flag shot. That could have bounced in. But we'll make the albatross. Push towards, yeah, I think 13 under. Thanks to everybody in the chat there. That was a lucky one. That was a guess. I mean, an educated guess on the aim. The power felt pretty good. I saw that land where it needed to. You know, it bounces pretty far. And I thought the rollback was going to look pretty good, and it was absolutely perfect. So we'll take that. And in this super competitive game, we'll end up at 13 under through 8 with Sedin. So 13 under through 8 is going to be the tie for the lead. That's a crazy low score to be a tie. What hole do we have last here? This is actually... Oh, it's hole 6. If I eagle this, it's a tie for my personal best. But it's not the most eagleable setup here. It's not too bad, though. I'm going to play this safe and go for the tree strat. You can play this more aggressively. I'm not going to. If you go out to the fairway, I'm just not exactly sure what power you have to hit on it. And if you miss it, you end up in bad spots. Here, we can just roll it up to somewhere near the pin. We're 193 yards out. And we can aim this to about there. And now we'll want to hit it with some fuller power because we're quite a ways from the pin. Right about to there. Looks pretty good. Let's see. Okay. My shot's on its way, and it's looking like it's going to be... Ooh, a bad bounce off the fringe, and I'm going to end up on the fringe. Oh, that's too much power, I guess? I was 193 yards out, and I thought that power was pretty decent for that, so... Ugh, okay. Fringe putt here. We keep just getting those, you know... Obviously, it's not the best shot, but that could have had such a better result. If that just hit anywhere but the fringe, I could have at least... You know, it wouldn't have been a make, but it could have been a nicer opportunity for a birdie. And now my putter's glitching out on me. I can't get more than a dot on it. This is not the time for this. What you have to do here is set it down, let it recalibrate. We got to wait like 10 to 15 seconds. Of course I get a fringe bounce and the putter glitch at the exact same time. On the final hole. Okay. Do we have the putter back? Kind of. This is going to move a little bit to the left. Got to hit it with about that much power. Can we force the tie? We can't. I can't get anything to go right today. I just can't get anything to do the right thing. These fringe putts are just slightly off. I keep getting fringe bounces just in the worst times. Just one shot per round. And in these games, you can't lose that shot per round. You just can't do it. Will be the only par there. This has been baffling. This has just been over and over. 4 games in a row. I'm pretty good about mentally resetting myself and not allowing these to, you know, recur as a result of the last one. But they just keep happening. They just keep happening. Good game, great game to Sedin. 14 under par. 13 under with 2 pars doesn't feel great, but... You know, that was a pretty standard hole 6. And I don't know. I mean, I hit it a pixel too far. Catches the fringe. Ugh. Ugh, is all I can say. We'll gain some elo there. That was a good lobby to be tied for second. It's just frustrating to have that type of thing happen for like, that's like 8 times in 4 games I've had that type of bounce. You can't hit the fringe though, you just can't do it. You got to avoid it. We'll move on to our final game here. I'll call this the final game. No wins on the day. I think we'll pick up some elo there, though. Sedin is in the lead, and a tie for second with Zohan is, you know, a couple players that are currently grouped together in the rankings, ending up amongst each other. Oh, that's the results, not the rankings. Let me pull up the rankings. And you see Zohan is 1 spot behind me. Sedin is in 4th right now. So losing to Sedin is not going to hurt. Tying with Zohan is not going to hurt. So we should gain a couple points, at least. Okay, Sedin has recorded. I'll hit the record button on that one. And let's see what that looks like. We should gain some elo. We should be back in a good spot here. Have I not been following? This is TSM. Oh, what's up, TSM Bucks / Nolan? Good to see you over there. Okay, we'll gain 24. So, you know, in this game and in this elo math system, it doesn't take a whole lot to gain back the points that you've lost. So, I mean, a second place finish is going to cut 3, you know, worse finishes in half. It's kind of nice that way. You know, a win in the final game could push us positive for the day. We're back to 3260. We need 29 to get back to where we started. I'm not sure if the rank will do that because, you know, the elo kind of goes up or trends upward for everybody. And we're playing with players that are currently all around me. So if they're gaining, I'm going to have to, you know, outgain them, outgain their game. You know, second derivative, if you will. Love the real-time updates on the overlays. Thank you. Been working hard on trying to make them look nice for the stream and make this thing easy to follow without, you know, a ton of verbal explanation being needed. So we'll see where the ranks are right now, and I can actually pull up the last results first. So we'll take a look at Sedin pushing above 3,300. Congrats to Sedin for passing that pretty rare area of elo. With a 48-point gain, he'll be in 4th place with no movement there. Zohan will also gain 24 points. He'll maintain that 8th place spot. I'll gain a rank back to 6th place, and I'll move up to 3260 on the elo. Jay and Lena will gain a couple points as well. And, you know, all it takes is 1 game to try to get that elo back here. Sedin with 48-point gain with the victory means that if I can pull off a victory, we'll be well in the green for the day. So we've got 1 game to try to make it happen. And, you know, if we look at the ranks, we'll see, I think I've lost some of my win rate, but it's not too bad. We're still above 35. 35 is a good number to aim for in my kind of, you know, current goal. The first season I joined here, I think my win rate was like 8%. I was pretty good about finishing towards the top, but like I wasn't pulling off wins in these, you know, pretty skilled lobbies. And then I think last season it jumped to like 20-ish or so. And then this season we're pushing, we were at 40-ish for a bit, but it gets, you know, more tense, more competitive, more people start playing towards the end. So it's dropped a bit towards the end. 35% still a pretty darn good win rate when we're playing against 7 or 8 person lobbies. Haven't had any today. But, you know, the season is still a success so far. If we can pull off a win, we'll push back above where we started. Sensei was highly interested when he saw my live stream, sent him link. Oh, awesome. I've been working on some new ones. Obviously, I have a dashboard type one that I have on my stream that I haven't made like public yet. And these little like full screen ones I've also been working on to, you know, show some more info in like the full screen card. Also not public yet, but we'll put those out there once I feel like they're consistently working, and they seem to be. I haven't had any issues with them. Obviously, they're pretty brand new, so you never know what you're going to run into. I haven't given it any sort of big tests with, you know, like back-to-backs or 18 holes or something like that. I guess if you get a lot of seconds though, yeah, I think, I don't have it up there, but I think my second place rate, like first or second place rate is like 65-ish to 70%. So if I'm not finishing in first, I'm usually finishing in second. And that's how you have to, you know, keep your elo either trending positive and not dropping down. Like 8th place finishes and stuff like that hurt your elo quite a bit. You know, second doesn't necessarily help once you're towards, you know, the top 10 or so, but it doesn't hurt you. You're not losing a ton, and you can gain it back with a win. Dylan is 5th with that win rate, so I should pull, you know, it would be a lot of info to put on there, but if I pull up the ranks and look at Dylan's win rate, it's at 14%, but oftentimes Dylan is playing against, like, Duke and Rick. Like, it seems like they're playing against each other all the time. Like, losing to Duke and Rick and finishing in second place is basically like winning against the like taking a first place against the rest of the lobby. So, you know, the elo math is, it is what it is. Every single round is, you know, calculated in the exact same formula. So with a 14% win rate, if you're playing against those really good lobbies, you can still pull off a 3,200 rating if you're finishing in second or third most of the time. And that's what Dylan does. You know, Dylan is obviously capable of picking up those victories. It just seems like he's always in those lobbies with, like, Duke. Let's see if we can get started here soon. I recorded the thing and didn't pull up the chat. Lena went to change her name because she didn't realize I was on stream. So the CBTV and the name are now changed. I had no issue with that, but shout out to Lena for looking out for me. Okay, we're back.
Golf.
I'm gonna give a thank you to Lena.
Here we go.
So this will be the final game of the day, unless, of course, you jinx yourself into playing another one if you tie for first, and you don't make the hole out, or no one makes the hole out on the closest to pin. Let's see what we have for this round. We got Sadine, Zohan, CBTV, Lena, and DeChambeau. So a very packed leaderboard here. Is everybody in the top 16? Maybe Lena is just outside of it. I don't see Lena's name off the top of my, or on first glance there, but Lena's very close. This is a pretty competitive group here. And we'll have an interesting setup here on hole 9 with 6 mile an hour tailwind. And I think 6 miles an hour is the threshold where we can maybe think about cutting this a little closer and trying to go over that water in 2. DeChambeau and I are going to be in pretty much the same exact spot. Now, what do I want to do with this? I can go... I'd have to go out to the right anyway. So let's just do that. That's the safe play. We'll send this way out to the right. And that'll be a good spot to chip from. We'll end up kind of underneath that tree, but pretty much pin high, and we can use the slope of the green in our favor here. We'll have to use the 9, but that's fine and okay. Minus 18 seed. I actually didn't see the full seed. Yeah, so we can use the 9 iron. And probably aim it right at it, I'd guess. 6 miles an hour. It's going to push a little to the right, but we want it to. And maybe, like, that much power. Let's see. That looks not the best. Yeah, that part of the green is not very receptive to spin in a weird way. Unless, of course, even there, like, that looked like a perfect shot. And it just doesn't roll back right. Like, it just glides and then, you know, twists back down the slope. It doesn't bite on this part of the green. And I don't know why. It's just a weird setup. Obviously, like, uphill shots and, you know, different areas of the green react differently for different reasons. It's not like the green is made of anything different. It's made of the green physics stuff, but that part of the green on that pin just doesn't react right. Okay, so we'll make a birdie. Looks like we'll see a couple of other close calls, some good runs at it. Like, even there, that one looks like it should zip back and bite, like, more towards the right. Like, it bit pretty hard, but even still, it kind of slows down and then turns before it actually bites, instead of going back up the slope like it typically does. Yeah, that part of the green is so funky. Zohan, I'm sure Zohan is well aware. How do you control your spin? I always go for maximum spin, because it's the most predictable. So that's how I control it, is by going for maximum, kind of knowing how that's going to react, and playing it that way. So we'll see birdies all around. This is a very, very stacked lobby here. DeChambeau, Sedin, Zohan, Lena, and CBTV are all definitely in the running for the top 16, and definitely in the running for the top 10 or better. We'll move on to hole 4, and we've got, you know, other than hole 21, now that I'm taking a look at the seed, some pretty good looks at maybe some good scoring here. We'll have to aim this to there at the start, and then go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 over, then pull it back just a little bit. So that'll be the aim, right about to there. It should move a good amount to the right, or to the left in the air. I'll do it a touch less, actually. Right about there looks pretty good. And let's just hit this with a little over 3 1/4 dots, with that slight amount of headwind on this. That looks quite good. If that kicks to the... it's not... I pulled back the adjustment a little bit, and that was maybe the difference. You know, it's a good leave. Tap in birdie. You know, yellow crosswind is not the easiest ace, and I gave it a pretty good run. But it's not a make. We'll have to tap in the birdie. And it looks like everybody else has birdied so far. Is anybody else still on the tee? There's one shot. So DeChambeau ended up on the right side, which means it's going to move back to the right. Sedin still has a chance. He's on the tee. His shot is going to take a great bounce, actually. That looks really good. That's going to roll back, and it'll sink. Nice shot to Sedin, making the hole-in-one through that tougher wind. We are chasing once again. I think that was the final person to hit. Sedin with a nice ace will take the lead. Hello again from another platform. Hello, Hawk. Welcome over to that one. How do you get so much backspin? I always go for the maximum backspin. So it's all about stopping your swing well behind where you start it. So through 2, Sedin will be at 3 under. The rest of us have made 2 birdies. We're at 2 under. And now we'll have this hole 21. Of the special holes, oftentimes the not so bad one, but here we see some tougher crosswind and a more difficult pin. This is just not the most fun one here. This is a tough one to walk away with a birdie, and I don't know. I just don't exactly know what to do in this situation. You know, hole 21 is one that still baffles me. We'll end up, you know, in the rough, but that's fine. What do we have to do? We have to aim this, you know, clubbed up, and probably aim to, like, over there. And we'll hit it with about that much power. And I just want to put this within, like, putting range. Hopefully that works. That looks pretty good. It's going to move in a good direction. Hang on, that bites pretty hard. It's not going to. But the goal there, if you're not going to make it, is just leave yourself an uphill putt. And even though we're trickling further and further and further away, as you do on this hole, it's still pretty straight uphill. I have a question for you. Here you're talking about wind levels a lot. What are the different wind levels, and do they affect the shots you hit? So, if I'm looking at the wind, I have mine translated to miles per hour, which is just how I've always played this. Like, in the US, it makes sense for me. But what it actually is meters per second, and the wind levels are 0 to 15 meters per second. So rather than talking in meters per second, I tend to just talk in levels of wind. How many times are we going to do that? How many times are we going to leave the putt like 0.2 feet short? This is ridiculous. How many times are we not going to get the benefit of the doubt with the game putting the ball in the cup when you're hitting the power, you know, 99% accurate? Oh, man. But yeah, it's 0 to 15. Like 15 miles an hour is 7 meters per second. The blue wind is 1 through 5. The yellow wind is 6 through 10. And the red wind is 11 through 15. So there are kind of checkpoints where I can kind of do the mental math pretty quickly. Like, oh, it's the third highest, or the third lowest yellow wind number. So like, I think 13, 15, 17. That means it's 6, 7, 8 level, 8th level of wind. All right. Another near miss. Another shot dropped. Another break not given. We'll move on. Okay, I think that's decent. That's going to end up clipping the green, which is good, but we missed on the low side. Need it to be slightly further.
Nice approach.
How... I just can't get over how many shots and putts we have put to 0.0 something, and they just haven't gone in the cup. That doesn't bode well for trying to pick up victories, especially if Sedin is... Oh, I thought that was... It was DeChambeau with that shot there. Sedin is now 2 shots ahead of me. But we've been 2 shots down every game. We've managed to come back in every single one of them. And then we've managed to have another bad break, bad bounce happen again. In every single game so far. This is a pin that we saw before. This game is giving deja vu over and over and over. Just the same exact kind of tough conditions. Like, not the toughest, but just tantalizingly doable, but at the same time, so difficult. Sorry, I took some of your elo last game. Ian. Ian. Was that playing in Ian? Were you playing in my lobby? I guess it is one of those days. I try to really avoid having the you know, a string of bad shots turn into a day, but there's not much you can do when you're trying your best, you're focused, and it just keeps happening. Okay. Interesting setup here on hole 3.
Nice shot.
Perhaps an eagle opportunity? Oh, at Anderson. Okay. Sorry, I always get confused when, or whether to interpret chats as like people chatting with each other or chatting to me.
Nice shot.
I keep losing a pixel on those full shots. That's kind of a symptom of having played for 2 hours, but especially like on stream, standing up the whole time. But that's okay. What do we have to do here? Probably aim it to like there. Hit it with about that much power. Okay, that looks pretty good. That should zip back. Oh, it's just gonna miss. How many times? How many times are we gonna just miss these?
Nice approach.
Oh, I can't get anything to fall today. There's going to be a bunch of makes here. This is a pretty straightforward one. And that's like similar. I mean, I thought I hit the shot right. Like I wouldn't... If I were to go back, I don't think I'd do it any differently. It just didn't fall. Didn't get the zip back, I was thinking. I don't know. I just don't know today. What's up, Zen? I think a second course for that reason would be great for that reason. It can get competitive. You know, I've never seen the level of repeats in a seed that we've been seeing, or in, you know, seed after seed that we've been seeing today. Maybe it's mental. Maybe it just feels like it's the same exact thing, and, you know, I've just played enough that you're gonna see repeats, but I don't know. It seemed a little anomalous today. Like, have we seen hole 7 at all? Have we seen hole 16 at all? I don't think so. We just keep seeing the same exact holes over and over, but the same exact pins. And they're not fun ones. Like, that's going to be another drop shot there. I'm now 3 back of the lead. I mean, here's hole 16. We have 7 on the seed. And of course, it's not a very nice looking hole 16, and we have a bad tee spot for it. Just the day of no breaks. But it happens. You know, ending up only 29 points down so far. I don't think we'll lose a ton, even if we finish towards last in this lobby. But, you know, the damage control, I should say, has been pretty good. We haven't been making the shots, but, you know, other than the fact that it's kept happening, like, it hasn't compounded into, like, other errors and stuff like that. So I guess that's the silver lining here. You know, the same minor misses just keep happening. And they're not the most hurtful things in terms of elo and such, but it means elo doesn't go up. That's going to be pretty... Oh, it doesn't roll back. That was perfect. That was the perfect line, and it just glides to a stop up there. Oh, if that rolled back, that's like perfectly straight down the hill. It was heading slightly in that direction. And once again, look at that for Sedin. Just the perfect line, half foot short. For everybody. DeChambeau right there, like, that one wasn't on the perfect line, but, like, you know, inches off. A pin smack. It's just been over and over for everybody in all these games. Just, you know, not the easiest of conditions and a 99% accurate shot that doesn't seem to want to fall. Some days the cup feels like an ocean. It seems like you can't do anything wrong. Even if you make a mistake, it bounces in a weird way. Today is the opposite of that. It feels like every shot is trying its best to not go in. I may be losing my mind playing for this long. Possibly. Considering it, if anybody's been here a long time, I think I'm doing pretty well considering the things that have happened. Some days my Wi-Fi throws me out. Actually, I think I fixed it. I don't think it was Wi-Fi. I think it was my encoding settings. And I think I fixed it to what my machine wants to do and what it's capable of. Oh, if you're Jacob. Sometimes my stream has gone, you know, haywire after like an hour or so. But since I've fixed some settings, it seems like the quality has gone way up, and it's also not had any issues, which is very nice. Do I live stream on a set schedule or just when I have time? I try to be on here at about this time every weekday. So roughly noon-ish, maybe slightly later, is when I typically start. Central US time. So about 2.5 hours before right now. And then usually I go for about 2 hours. I'm going slightly longer today. And okay, we got 3 holes left to try to creep back up this leaderboard. We're 2 shots back of second, though, with 3 holes to play. That's a tough ask against this caliber of lobby. So we may have to take our medicine for the day. You know, every day can't be, you know, up and up. Otherwise, you know, there's only so much you can do. There's only so many, or the percentage of games that you can win against players that are really, really, really good. Today wasn't the day to try to pick up a couple of them. Let's see. This is another one where I'm sensing we may leave it like an inch short. I'm going to hit the shot that I know I need to hit. And I'm going to hope it makes it up there. Hopefully that clips... Oh, it's going to hit the green first and bounce to the right. Yeah, just slightly off. That needed to be like a foot or so shorter. Maybe the top of that third dot. It's tee position dependent with the 5-iron. It's a little bit of a guess depending on what your exact distance is.
Nice birdie.
I usually start to decline after an hour and a half to 2 hours of playing as well. I'm best when I'm fresh. Some days it goes the other way for me. Some days I'm playing for like 6 hours. Usually not on stream. Like, it's a lot to be yapping for that long. My voice starts to hurt. My head starts to hurt. But if I'm just playing, I can usually go for like a bit longer. Don't even play this game, but love watching your videos. Love from Brazil. Thank you. Thank you for being here. The quality of the streams is doing really good. Keep it up. Thank you. I'm thinking I fixed the issues, hopefully permanently, with some of the settings that I've changed. I changed my encoder to whatever the OBS default was to actually having my Mac Mini put it through its media engine, and it seems to be doing real well. All right, so we're tied for last here, but I mean, in this lobby, tied for last is, you know, not the worst outcome. We're playing against really, really good players, and if you're not on your game, you're going to end up down there. Let's see. Let's hit just a little 3-dot 3-iron out there, and that should be nicely towards the end of that fairway. So that's a nice, like, zero adjustment shot there. Maybe I could have gone for that further fairway, which I never really do. I don't know if I want to start doing that. Maybe I could have gone further left and tried to go for the little, you know, spoon play. Although, actually with this pin position, I wouldn't want to do that anyway. So I think I've left myself about the best spot I can ask for. We'll aim it to about there. We'll hit it with about that much power. A little over the third dot. We'll try to spin this up there. Let's see where it ends up. It's going to end up on the green, not far left enough, but that'll be fine. It'll glide to a stop after clipping the rough.
Nice on.
And we'll have a 12-foot putt. So that's, you know, not the most straightforward birdie, but with this group, I'm sure we'll see mostly birdies, if not all birdies. It's just a real difficult eagle, so there's not much you can do when you're seeing that type of condition. Speaking of, DeChambeau almost pulls it off. Pin smack there through all that wind is pretty absurd to have happen. Do I use spoon on that pin? Oh, why don't I use spoon? I have issues with the spoon launching on me seemingly every time. If I land it, I always land it too short or too long, and that results in a launch. So I take my medicine, I lower the chance of the hole-in-one by, and you know, trade that for guaranteeing that I'll be a foot away if I miss. Because the spoon launch off the back has resulted in a number of pars for me on a 0-wind hole 11. And that just means that you're dropping 2 shots, because some people are going to make it, everyone else is going to birdie it. And if you're struggling to chip in for a birdie, that's just a bad spot for me. So I know that people have the spoon strategy down. I just don't. And because I typically only play like competitive mode, I haven't really had the chance to try it out. Or learn it, I guess. Okay, so we're still 3 shots back. We're not going to catch up, but we can go for one more hole here. What's it going to be? Headwind hole 18, maybe? Why not? Why not finish on a nice... Oh, it's only 2 miles an hour. Not too bad. It'd be fun to albatross this, wouldn't it?
Nice shot.
That last pixel on these drives... I mean, it's not going to hurt there, but it bothers me. The fact that we've lost 1 pixel on all these drives means I'm doing something slightly off. Like, nothing catastrophic, but the swing just is slightly off today, clearly. Let's aim this one to... Yeah, probably about there, right? I think. That looks pretty good. We'll use the 3-iron with roughly that much power. We'll send this one up there. Just got to bound this one up and over the hill. That looks quite good if it makes it. Oh, it's not going to. It's going to hit the front slope instead of the top first. We'll be in a good spot to push the, or putt the eagle putt in there, but that upslope just causes that to not go far enough. Okay. Eagle to finish. Looks like... I mean, it wasn't the easiest albatross. It takes some precision on the power. And, you know, also very tough pin to actually hit. DeChambeau with another super close call. Will end up... Actually, that was to send me to solo last if DeChambeau had hit one of those last 2 shots. So I've had my struggles, but DeChambeau has been right on all these cups, and it seems like he can't catch a break with these hole outs either. So that's where we'll finish today. I'll actually wait. So Sedin will take the victory. 12 under through 9, a nice score. I'll be at 9 under. So my scores haven't been great. I've really only been nicely under par at 13 once, but even that round I had 2 pars. A 13 under with 2 pars. Other than that, I've been kind of hovering around like the 9 or 10 range, which is going to put you in the middle or bottom of the leaderboard a lot of the time in these lobbies. So... just a slightly off day today, but thanks to everybody who's been joining here. I think I'll be playing some more ranked on Friday. So in 2 more days at about this time, it seems like people enjoy these ranked streams quite a bit. So we'll be on here playing some ranked. I think we'll be grinding for records in local mode tomorrow, which is kind of the continuation of the old challenge series that I used to have. And thanks to, or good games to everybody who was involved in these lobbies today. We've played a whole bunch of really good players. It's been a kind of a rotation of really good players too, so it's fun to play with a whole bunch of different people. And we'll catch you all tomorrow. I was gonna maybe wait and put the last game graphics up there, but I'm not sure if they'll be recorded in time. So perhaps I'll just end the stream there. I'll probably lose a good amount of elo. We'll call it like 20 or so. So we'll be pushing back from like the 3240 or 3230 range most likely. But we'll be pushing back. We'll be back to try to get that back. I'll see you all